I'm getting ready to go to what's called the Wings and Wheels Museum. It's a small airport that has some old planes and some old cars in one of the hangars, and I just thought of this. Yesterday I checked my email last evening about, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and I got from a credit union, ViStar Credit Union, which is where we used them to buy the motorhome. And I also, when you open an account to finance a motorhome or something, you also have to have a savings account usually, or a checking account. I think a savings account is a must at that credit union, at least the ones I've belonged to have. So I did that, and I put $1,000 in there last year or the year before, just in case I needed it for a motorhome payment or something and I couldn't link some accounts. So last night I get an email, the electronic transfer from ViStar account number so-and-so to Truist Bank account number so-and-so for $950 took place today, or was, activated today or whatever. I'm like, what? And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's a scam, but I look at the thing and it has the correct account number for my ViStar, and it has the perfect ViStar email format, and it was legitimate. I called ViStar this morning and went through a whole bunch of things to try to get the money back in, and they said it'll go back in. So that's the first time I've ever been cleaned out. It was down to $50. It's not my main account, but I'm glad I didn't make it my main account. But the funny thing is that email has disappeared. I know I didn't delete it. And if I did delete it, it would have been in my trash folder, which I only empty every now and then. Hasn't been emptied in a couple weeks. And it wasn't in there. And I even did a search for it in my iPhone email and on my laptop email for the account. And there's no record of it. I don't know how that could be, but it is. But I also got one, I got one in the junk mail later last night, 9/18. And it said a $4,000 transfer is going to happen between my ViStar account and my Wells Fargo account. Well, first of all, with only $50 in the ViStar account left, there's no way you can put $4,000 into the Wells Fargo account. Everything looked exactly the same. Even what's weird is my name when ViStar sends me something is like capital T, small o, capital M, small d. I don't know. But this email also had the same thing. Exactly like it. But it was in my spam folder. And then the representative at ViStar said there's no record of somebody doing a $4,000 scheduled transfer. The $950 did happen, but there was no record of the $4,000. So whoever did this original one linked their bank accounts into my account. Somehow they got in there. But they got rid of those accounts off there. I have to reopen the account. So they closed down the account, kept the money in there, but can't use the account until I go to a ViStar branch when we get back to Florida. But now for a payment on the motorhome or whatever, I got to use the pay by phone. Anyway, that's my story of getting hacked. I once had like 35,000 rubles put on a credit card about 25 years ago, 30 years ago. But since then, I haven't really been hacked on anything, and this was my first time. No big deal. I wasn't that worried about it. I knew they'd make up for it. Anyway, let's get off to that museum, shall we? We're in Poplar Grove, Illinois, just above Belvedere and just outside of Rockford. We're at the Wings and Wheels Museum. Here's the entrance, and let's go take a look. The Waukesha Hangar, 1937. More on that later. Let's go in here. Take a balloon ride. (1905) Cadillac. Ford Deluxe. Is it a Ford Deluxe? (1928) Ford Model A Roadster. Must be some new type of bike. I wonder if it's electric. Started making those in 1870. That's a little one. Wow, that's pretty neat. Instead of chains, they had the axle was offset on each side for the pedals to pull the axle and push the axle. It's a girl's tricycle. They made this from scratch as a replica. Award-winning vintage airplane, 2022. The Jenny, I think, what first American mass-produced airplane back in World War I era. And here's the American eaglet. Well, no bigger than a small SUV. Now this is called Wings and Wheels. There's not even an admission charge. There's nobody here, but they do take a donation, which I'll put in the thing before I leave if I see somebody to know where to put it. Stunt airplane, upside down. That's my kind of plane. A little personal craft. I don't know what that is, but it's neat. Here's a front view of this one here. '31 Corbin Baby Ace. Serial number 1. Eastern Airlines uniforms, 71 to 91. Northwest Airlines. Typical seats from back then, I guess. A little wider than what we're used to today. Look at, you can even get almost 2 arms on the center rest. Early racer. Sinclair. Last time I saw that was on Pawn Stars. Old school gas cans. And this is located on an actual airport. So this is a regional small airport. They say be careful of planes coming in and out. Okay.
Nice grounds here. This is also a Harvest Hosts location. Harvest Hosts you join for like $100 a year. And these places offer up places for you to park your RV overnight. And I had looked at this one before I got here today in case we needed somewhere to stay, because our campground only had certain availabilities, and since then we got in for the whole 7 days because this was going to be my next choice. And you're always a little tentative until you actually see a place, and now I see it's got plenty of room. You know, you can run the generator without bothering anybody, so you have air conditioning. Oh, in fact, there's an RV out there right now. I'm gonna go see if they're there. On second thoughts, they have a car dolly and there's no car there, so they're probably not there. So I guess that's where you'd park for Harvest Hosts. This is the restoration hangar. Let's see if anything's in there. The doors are open, but there's no lights on, and I don't want to get myself in any trouble. You know me. Trouble has a way of finding me. Anyway, I think there's more to see, but I don't know too much about this. This was just a quick trip to show you what we have in the areas where we go camping. Overall, an interesting spot. I couldn't find anywhere to put any money. And, all right. Like I said, it's called Wings and Wheels Museum. Poplar Grove, Illinois, just above Belvedere and just east of Rockford. Give you a little scan here. There's the museum right there. And over and out. The 2024 Unbelievable RV Tour continues on. And as I leave here, I'm going to show you what it's like to pull into an old school gas station with its garage. Sunoco, Sun Oil Company. And here's the pumps. Probably get full service too. Thank you.